One day, the princess met a surprising lady who had climbed the very highest mountains of Eurasia 3 times. Her name was Elvira. She told Oksana such beautiful stories about her unique journeys that the princess thought about making a film about her, Elvira, Conqueror of Mountains. When Princess Oksana finished making the film, she also wrote a story about adventures in the mountains. Because she was a princess, everyone in the kingdom by the Pink Lake helped her whenever they could. One day, a knight in shining armor, Mark from foggy Albion, rode into the kingdom. He brought news of a film festival and literary competition that was taking place in the neighboring land, the Eurasian Creative Kingdom, which creative people from all over the world could take part in. Our princess closed her eyes tightly and made a wish to be able to go to this festival. And a miracle happened. She won a prize not only at the film festival, but in the literary competition as well. That meant she had to travel to London to collect her awards. After telling her family and closest friends, she made her way to foggy Albion. Little Prince Pavel found her an exquisite place to stay, just next to King's Cross Station, from where Harry Potter used to travel to Hogwarts. From there, Princess Oksana could make more magical trips all around the English kingdom. London stole the princess's heart straight away. All the people were happy to meet her. The gruff-looking border guards gave her warm smiles, and even the tough policemen wanted to take selfies with her and give her directions to where she was going. The watchmen of the underground lairs took her arm to guide her back up above ground to her favorite places. But the whole world was being threatened by the horrible coronavirus. And Princess Oksana had to spend 5 days alone in her chamber so that she wouldn't be caught by the scary virus. The people of foggy Albion were so happy that the princess of the Pink Lake had come to visit them that they tried their best to keep her entertained while she was all on her own. A trio of acrobats came to perform their tricks outside her window, and some troubadours put on a play for her. The princess loved them all. Princess Oksana's fairy godmother Aldona found out about her visit. She was an angel of medicine, just like Oksana's mother, and she flew to London all the way from her castle in Wolverhampton. Before their meeting, the princess went to the best stylist in all of foggy Albion, a girl called Yulia, to have her hair and makeup done perfectly. And so Aldona, the fairy godmother, took the beautiful Princess Oksana to the awards ceremony. It was a wonderful evening. The kingdom's famous poet John Farndon read some poetry. A princess from Tajikistan, Gulsafat Shakidi, told some stories. The writer Nadezhda Serebrennikova from America read a fairy tale for both children and grown-ups, and Professor Joseph Sanders played the flute. Lots of ambassadors, musicians, and dancers from other kingdoms were invited to the ball, like the amazing dancer Ekutai Sharapova from Kyrgyzstan and the guitarist Gianluigi Chiesi from Italy, who filled the room with wonderful melodies. When Princess Oksana's turn came to speak, she was very nervous, but she managed to tell the other guests about her kingdom by the Pink Lake and about her film about Elvira, the heroic mountain climber. The ambassadors of Mark the Shining Knight, Tina and Anna, presented our princess with both of her awards. She received congratulations from an ambassador from Kazakhstan, Nurim Taibek, and a wise man from the Eurasian Creative Kingdom, Michael Daniel Sagatis. There was a video message from another subject of foggy Albion, the writer and translator Jonathan Campion. Princess Oksana was overcome with joy. There were still 10 days until she had to return to the Pink Lake. Her fairy godmother Aldona left her to enjoy the sights of London, but promised that she would come to see her again before she left. After all, it was almost the princess's birthday, and she had to bring her a present. London treated the princess to more lovely weather, all the better to take in Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, and the River Thames. Mark the Shining Knight visited her once more and presented her with a trophy to thank her for making her film. He was joined by Princess Gulsafat and the ambassadors Tina and Anna. The ceremony took place in a castle belonging to the poet and playwright David William Parry. Prince Mark gave a charismatic speech congratulating our princess. The knight in shining armor also organized a celebratory banquet for Oksana, where more of her friends sent video messages to toast her success. Afterwards, she flew back to Wolverhampton with her fairy godmother. Early the next morning, they had to leave for the kingdom of Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves. The road was long, but it was fascinating to travel along the magical paths of Nottingham and see the beautiful landscapes as they scaled up some tall hills before descending down to the forest below. Sheep were grazing in the fields. From a distance, they looked like fluffy white clouds. Nottingham gave the two ladies the very warmest of greetings. In the city, historical buildings rubbed shoulders with the modern. The handsome, tall buildings reminded Princess Oksana of the knights from her kingdom by the Pink Lake. When the ladies reached Nottingham's main castle, the bell tower serenaded them into the courtyard. Nottingham University was also magically beautiful. It felt as if Harry Potter and friends or Professor Minerva McGonagall would leap out at any minute. After admiring the architecture, the ladies hurried to meet Robin Hood. He was waiting for them at Nottingham Castle, where another banquet had been laid out for Princess Oksana. Nottingham Castle is situated in the heart of the city, on an elevated site punctuated by an intricate system of caves and tunnels. On the orders of William the Conqueror, a wooden fort was built in 1076, a year after the Battle of Hastings. The fort was later rebuilt in stone. Over the years, the fortress has not lost its strategic function. Its guards used to control the crossing of the River Trent. It was also once a favorite resting place for English kings who hunted deer in the nearby royal forests of Sherwood and Barnesdale. Today, the castle is the venue for the Nottingham Beer Festival, historic reenactments based on the legend of Robin Hood and the Robin Hood Festival.